The elbow airflare is an airflare variation that is performed on the forearms rather than the hands. As I've covered the airflare comprehensively in a separate tutorial, I encourage you to watch that video prior to this one to get a better understanding of key principles that govern both the standard and elbow airflare. When it comes to deciding whether to learn elbow airflares or standard airflares first, I recommend picking the one you're most comfortable with. Many learn standard airflares first and can easily unlock the elbow airflare thereafter, and others excel with elbows first and then work towards standard airflares. Either way, if you have solid technique, it will be easy to transfer your skills to the other variation. If you find standard airflares scary, elbow airflares can help build confidence as you're closer to the ground and don't have as far to fall. As elbow airflares can be painful, start learning them on a soft floor or wearing elbow pads. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching elbow airflares in the counterclockwise direction. To learn in the clockwise direction, simply mirror my instructions. Before trying to do an elbow airflare, you should be comfortable transitioning from an elbow stand on one side to the other. You should also be confident with a pike freeze on the throwing forearm or touching the opposite leg, and a mild pike on the catching forearm or touching the corresponding leg. The progressions toward the elbow airflare resemble those outlined in my airflare tutorial, but on the forearms. Ultimately, the skill involves getting to a pike freeze on one forearm before throwing to the other side and catching in a mild pike freeze. When learning elbow airflares in the counterclockwise direction, start by getting comfortable entering the pike freeze on the left arm with very little circular momentum. Then practice this extending the hips out of the pike freeze to lift off the ground, and finally practice throwing to the other side to catch on the forearm. As this movement becomes familiar, start adding circular momentum so you're spinning around two axes at once. This is what will keep your elbow airflares on the spot rather than traveling in a line. You can do this from the knees or with the standing power move entry outlined in my airflare tutorial. Choose the option that feels best for you. When you're comfortable throwing to the other arm, try to link the elbow airflare smoothly with the windmill. This is easier than doing multiple reps, as the hips can drop and still allow a smooth transition. As you become proficient with the elbow airflare to windmill, start working towards multiple reps. Another way to practice the elbow airflare is from the headstand, winding up like a head spin to gather momentum. The rest of the skill is the same, transferring to a pike freeze and hopping to the other side. As with the standard airflare, over time your technique will become more efficient and your legs will make continuous swinging motions rather than the disjointed pike freeze technique you learned with. Once you've mastered multiple elbow airflares and airflares, you can practice linking them together. One great progression to work towards after mastering these skills is the elbow to straight arm airflare variation. The technique remains the same in this move. However, you're required to generate greater force and height from the throwing arm to be able to catch with a straight arm. A good foundation to have before trying the elbow to straight arm variation is 10 reps of continuous airflares and 10 reps of continuous elbow airflares.